Welcome to Ngosi Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Welcome to Ngosi Talk Shows. Lead from within. Find your own voice. Somebody's finding their own voice next door. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's so much noise. Oh my God. I don't know how I'm gonna broadcast this, but I'm gonna try it anyway because next door neighbors, my next door garage, somebody is doing my garage, and I didn't realize they're gonna turn up at this time, and the guy is actually making noise, and hopefully it's not going to disturb me. So I'm gonna try to go ahead anyway. If it's really noisy, I'll delete the video and redo the video some other time, but hopefully it's not going to be noisy. So our topic today is marketing. I'm basically going to give you guys the tips that have worked for me, and it doesn't mean that they're gonna work for anyone. And the tips that I was given by people that have helped me, people that I'm surrounded with, people that have helped me, they've coached me with my business, and it has worked for my business. The methods of advertising your website, sometimes not every method works. Most of the methods don't work. So what has worked for me, the proven work that is worked for me consistently, is an approach where you focus on retaining existing customers while cultivating new ones by using search engines and great content. So there are several ways that you can do this, and you can do this by using a newsletter. Newsletter basically helps you to actually it keeps your website fresh and in your customer's mind, because when they receive the newsletter, that means that they're connected to what you do, they are connected to your business, and you're updating with what is going on in your business. So before the internet, we used to use direct mail. It was the only way to consistently remind your customers that you're around, to let them know about yourselves, to let them know about the specials that you have in your business. Now, emails and newsletters, but the emails still works now, and the newsletters that customers, they sign up to so they can receive cheap to compile and send, and it's a proven way basically for your customers to keep coming back, because when you keep your customers fresh, updated, they know what's going on, and they know what you're doing, they know what your business is offering. If you have new products, it basically keeps your customers updated. So the next one is fresh content. So if you are consistently have fresh content on your website, your customers will get into the habit of returning. In addition, basically new customers will find they finding great content on your site. Basically, they are more likely to sign up for your newsletter when they know that there's always a new content, and you can use your newsletter gradually to convert browsers into your customers. Sorry about my voice. I have a cold. And then the other one is search engine results. Search engine results, basically, when you research has shown that most customers to an online business are generated by search engines. And most search engines business comes from the first to 3 pages of search results on keywords. So you have to make sure that you basically use your keywords. I've learned this from Andy Harrington. I've learned this from Desmond O'Connor. I've learned this from Simon, what's his name? He does the marketing. I've learned this. It does help when you actually put the keywords are very, very important. And also you have to optimize your site and its content to maximize your placement and research engines. And you also have to maximize your placement, or you maximize your placement on search engines and a customer pool. It can be the virtual visibility equivalent of moving from shed into in the back of your house to a closed storefront of major street. So basically, with the search engines, you register your company. You can register your company, like if you go to search engines with my company, you can find Hope Springs Tenant Introduction Agency on every search engines. So what I did was business show. When business show is when a business show, when they have like events. So if you attend their events, like if you are a startup, you attend their events. So what they do is business show, they have all the business listing, they have a service which is run by web.com. If you go direct to them, web.com, they'll charge you loads of money to manage to put your website on all the search engines around the world. But if you go via business show, like when the business show runs every year, so if you go there and register, they always have it on their website, business show, they always have a list of the special offers for business listing. So what I did was, when I was starting my business, I basically saw the advert on a business show website. I registered is £30 and £29.99 per month. And they'll put your website. All you got to do is you have to write the keywords and give it to them. And you have to write your business description, or you can do it yourself, but it takes too much time. It takes a lot of time to actually register the business, into, oh God, he's making noise. It takes a really, really long time to register business into every search engine, but it's very, very important that your business is found in the first page. It's very, very important to have the company that can manage that. If you can do it yourself, then be it. You can do it yourself, it's fine. So for me, I went through web.com. So what they do is I basically wrote the description of my matchmaking introduction agency, and I wrote the keywords, and then I gave it to them, the phone numbers, the contact, and what else. That's it. So you have to keep updating as well. So they manage, even with a Facebook page. Your Facebook page has to be optimized. It has to be basically set up properly. You can do it yourself, but they did it for me because I needed it to be linked to everything. So they did it for me. So I paid £29 a month. So they manage everything, every single search engine. So if you do that, go through Business Show. If you go direct to them, they'll be very, very expensive. Go to a Business Show page, and then you'll find web.com. When Business Show is running, they only put their information when a Business Show is running for startups. So you can do that. It does help a lot, because when somebody is searching for your company, they can find your company in all different pages. So it does help you, and you have to basically they help you as well to make sure that your niche, your business shows up into the community niche. And basically, when somebody's searching, like let's say they're searching for dating agency, so they know where to put all that. But if you have time, by all means, you can do it yourself. For me, I did it. I did searching. I did about maybe 20 or 30. Put my business in those things, but I got fed up. It's too much. It takes too much time. So, and then the other one is how can you leverage the enormous power of niche marketing? So the best way is by providing your website with great content. Focus directly on this niche market. Focus on what your business offers instead of selling to the masses who are interested in Bono or Coca-Cola. Sell to those who are hungry for information and resources concerning their special interest, what your business offers. In order to do this, you have to identify yourself as an expert in the field you are targeting, and your keywords as well is very, very important. And so that is very, very important for you to actually get it right when it comes to marketing. For me, basically, when I started my business, I went to loads of business events, learning about marketing. I've never paid anyone. The only person that I've paid was my business coach. I just went and attended marketing free training courses, and my coach as well, and Sharon does the marketing. So I just go for free business events marketing, and I learn and I implement everything that I learn. From that day when I go and listen, I just basically, I'm in a mission of implementing it straight away. So becoming a guru, sometimes some people, they basically, guru are the wise men who sit on the mountains dispensing advice. You don't have to sit on the mountains, but you need to dispense advice. If you are going to be a guru, if you believe that you're a guru, this means you should know what you are talking about. Your business, when you are writing your business description, you have to know what you are talking about, because online degrees and education don't mean as much as the information you are prove you have to prove you have. The way you can prove your knowledge online is supplying your website. So your website, the message on that website, it has to be clear. It really, really has to be clear. If you go to my website, I basically work with a matchmaking institute. The reason why a matchmaking institute, they conducted me to connect with me through my website, because my message, I worked really, really hard to actually is actually making noise. Sorry, guys. So I worked really, really hard writing my message. I basically wrote my message for my website. And then I got Desmond O'Connor to actually rewrite it professionally, because the message had to come from me, what I needed to put on the website. And I got him to actually sit down. I paid him to sit down and double check every word that before it goes on the website. So you have to make sure the message on your website is very, very clear what you offer. And so that's how Matchmaking Institute got in touch with me, because she was like, I would love to work with you, because you are not, I hadn't been long in the industry, but because I was going to free business marketing events, and the message was very clear that if I want people to basically to take me serious, my website is gonna have to be very clear of what I'm selling. So that's why I had to put. That's why I had to make sure that my website is written properly. So whether it's a sales website or networking one with a great original valuable content. So you have to do that. If you want to write actually a good content, you have to look at your competitors, not copying them. You have to look at your competitors, what they're doing, but don't copy them. Just write yours original, because you have to see, if you are starting out, you have to see who you're competing with. So the great news for everyone who writes well is, despite this promotion of great image based on the medium, the internet is primarily a text-based medium. So it delivers pictures, internet, and it delivers videos very well indeed. So, but most information today contained in text. So you have to make sure that you get somebody to proofread your content. You have to basically, and the search engines that are catalogs your website deal with text as well. So even the image-based search engines focus on the title and descriptions, text you assign to your pictures and videos. And also, but if you know your niche market, and but you don't write well, then you're gonna lose customers. But there is a solution for that too. You can purchase content which is already written for you, or you can have content customer written for your niche market, or you can get somebody in it to write your content. So how do you finding great content? There are very, very numerous places to find content online to add on your website, and better yet, you can get the content for free, or so it will seem. You can get the content for free. So how do we get the content for free? Basically, there's a site like Go Article, Idea Marketers are known as article directories. So you can get the content there, and they provide the service matching well-written information content with webmasters who desperately need it. And so you can go there. But anything that is written from the heart, for me, basically, I suggest that when you are putting a content for your website, I basically suggest anything that is written from the heart instead of buying a ready-made content, because anything that is written from the heart, you will be able to connect with your customers. You'll be able to connect when they look at your post on social media and your website. You'll be able to connect with them because it is written from the heart, and that's what you offer. So I would suggest, basically, for me, what I did was to look at my competitors, people who have been into matchmaking industry for a very, very long time. I had to go and basically do some research. and just watch them, how they've built their website, how they written their content. And then I had to sit down and go to my business plan, because the content that you've written on your business plan, it will give you everything that you need when it comes to writing the content for your website. So I had to go back to my business plan and write content from the heart by watching my competitors' content and using my own content based on my business plan. Because your business plan, basically, if it has been approved, that means your business plan, it tells everybody what does your business offer. So that's what you will put on your website. What would your business offer? And you put that on your website. That will be your main content. So you can do that and provide the service. Basically, provide the service is written well. So you can go to these articles. The articles are free for taking. On this website, Go articles, they are free for taking, with the caveat that if you display one on your website, you must also cite the title's author and link to his or their website. Basically, that's giving somebody credit for those who have written the article, which is, I think, for me, is fair enough if you were to give somebody credit for what they've done. So anything fresh, anything good is not free. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not free. In this case, when you are trying to establish yourself and acknowledge your expert in the niche market that you choose to be, is likely to undermine your entire purpose if you get free, basically free content. When you list someone else as the author of informative article on your website, you are setting that person up as the guru on your website. Basically, you are advertising them. So that's why I basically chose to write my own content from the heart. And you are even providing the competent guru with the ultimate marketing tool, a link to his or her website when you have just interested the customer with an excellent piece of information. So for me, basically, I would say the good idea is write your own content from the heart, based on your business plan and based on what you're offering. Is really, really easy what you're offering. Once you know what you're offering from your heart, it's very, very easy to actually basically write information content for your website instead of using article directories. You're better off running articles on your website than you can claim as your own. You want articles ghost written for you, and the way to obtain them is to go to article brokers. Like, you can go to your own article.com so you can get the articles there, and these companies deal with private labels articles content. Then you can claim as your own, because it's right, all rights to the article have been sold by the author instead of advertising. So they write good articles and they sell them for you to actually basically to claim the rights as the writer. Someone else, instead of putting someone else as a guru on your website. So, and the other one is article, newsletter, and ebooks. Private label articles can be used either as individual articles or content on your website if you want to, or they can be used to build a newsletter that you can send out to your subscribers. If you get a nice collection of articles, you can even create ebooks to sell or give away to your customers as reference sources. All these papers are valid and intelligent ways to use private label articles. So you have to look at the license of what does it say, what does the license allow you to do. Then it's professional, and any of them will drive business to your website as well. So that's what you need to do. And there's lots of private label where you can get articles. How do you hold on? Like marketing, when it comes to marketing, how do you hold on to your customers using articles to keep them coming back? If you look at my post for my business, if you go to Hope Springs Tenant Introduction Agency, if you go to my Instagram and you go to my Facebook page for my business page, Facebook page for Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, I always put fresh content, and I always put a content which is this. I was told by one of our coaches from a matchmaking institute, Rachel Russo. She said to us, okay, it's okay to post every day, every single day, but what you post on that every single day has to have a meaning. The reader has to get something out of it. So I used to post like dating tips about dating, about this, different dating based on my niche. But actually, I never used to put it like, if you want to date a woman and explain a little bit, 500 words or 600 words. I've never used to do that. So now I do it. If I say dating tips for women, I have to explain a little bit. So it brings the traffic. When somebody is reading something every single morning, it brings the traffic to your actually social media. It brings traffic to your website, because people, they want to know what you are going to post. So how do you hold on to customers using article to keep them coming back? Everyone has done it. You go to a great website. As you flip through, you find tons of interesting information, great things you want to buy, ebooks you want to download. You basically you come back later when you have more time to check it out, and you don't ever have to return. Not only do you never return, you either don't bookmark it or you forget what name the bookmark was under. So, or if you forget what name of bookmark was under, you've lost potential of a gold mine of information, and the site owner has lost at least one customer and probably 7 potential future sales. So don't let this happen to your website. Keep your customers coming back by giving them what they really want: great information and a great service. So how do you hook them the first time? Customers who comes to your website, the first time is usually they are curious about what you are selling. What is your website selling? And basically, you have to basically think about what you are selling, what your customers are basically urgently seeking, and then put that on the content on your website based on what you believe that your customers are seeking. And if you don't either fully engage their curiosity or demonstrate that you are what they are looking for, because when somebody clicks onto your website, like let's say if they're looking for a matchmaking, a dating agency, so first thing when they click on the website, on my website, I need to demonstrate to them that I am what they are looking for within the first seconds when they click on my website. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the sale, almost guaranteed. So if, or on the other hand, you work the customers, you just might have a sale. So you have to make sure that your message is very, very clear. And this, which is what I struggled for the first time when I built my website. The message wasn't very, very clear on my website. My website wasn't built properly and the message wasn't very clear because when you are starting something, you are learning from basically you are learning. Everything is learning, and there are no guarantees that the business is going to last. So for me, basically, I used to get customers. I'm going to speak the truth. Basically, when I built my website, the website that is up now is the third website. When I built my first website, I basically used to get people, instead of getting customers, I used to get people giving me advice on how to build the website, on how to write content. And I got somebody in to basically change. I was getting frustrated until I met Des. And basically, he sorted everything out. So everything was sorted. So you have to make sure that basically that crucial first 10 seconds is all you have to get the customer's attention. And the best way to do this is by having a clear, easy to read content rich homepage that appears to lead into the website, that promises the same quality. The qualities you should focus on your site are, you have to focus on clear, legible literal text. Easy navigation in the second one, and good content on the very first page. Basically, if you go to your keywords, if you go to where you put the keywords on your website, I did this because I learned it. So I used to do this on my own at the first time. That's why that's a good thing for when if you are a busy person, to get people in and let them do the work for you. So easy navigation is, of course, part of good website design. To a certain degree, legible text is also part of the design, but clear, literate text delivers good content, falls outside the website design, which is how many times have you seen a beautiful design website that has pages filled with jargon, impossible to follow information, or no information at all. Sometimes I go to the website and people will explain to me what they do, and sometimes I'll go to their website and I get lost. Or sometimes if I'm looking for information on Google, I will just type in and the information comes up. And then I click on that website, then I get lost of what the person is offering, because the message is not very, very clear. So you have to, if you can't write where there's a solution available to you, the best solution, and once that sets you up to clear experts in your field, is to purchase direct from the writers or from content articles brokers, articles like yourownarticle.com. So, and content that will suit your website, or you can just, if you know what you're doing, get a good writer or purchase it from the writer. You can get the writers that are dealing with the dating industry, they deal with whatever the niche you might be in. You can get it direct from them, and that might be expensive. Because I did try that to basically finding out, because when you set up a website, yes, the website was there, and then there were some laws of content that I needed not to put on the website, but just to keep it for myself. I knew what I wanted, but then you get a writer, you find that you pay like £600. I paid £600 for like 30 pages. And that is a lot of money. But if you go to your own article.com, then you can get cheap articles, and that will suit your website. I think that is the only cheapest way that you can do. If you go directly to the writers, some are cheap, but the good ones are expensive. So you pay for what you get. The good ones are expensive. And these articles have the advantage of being well written by people who know what they're talking about. If you go to your own article.com, these people, they know exactly what they're talking about. and so you can use their articles for your website, and they have excellent writing skills as well. But because they sell all rights to you, you are able to put your own name articles that you like in that name. So now you have a clear quality content on your page, and you've established yourself as an expert. But how do you keep them coming back? How do you keep them coming back? Repeat customers, push marketing. So if your customer likes the website enough and to want to return to your website, they will probably are also interested enough in your information to sign up for email newsletter. That's your next goal. So if you can send your potential customers a pull newsletter on a regular basis, you are reminding them that you exist and that you have a great information as well as resources for them to use. There are some people that they send me a newsletter, and because I signed up to their website, if I like a website and I like the information, I like them to update me with what they get up to, what their business and stuff. So I sign up to the website. In addition, you can sell advertising on your newsletter to secondary vendors, or you can advertise your own special bargains and sales, or fill your newsletter with more content provided to you by the writer. Content articles brokers like your own article writers, as I said before, you already have established that relationship with them. So that means you can keep the articles you already have established in relationship with. You have a relationship with them and your business as well. These ensure that couple of things. First, consistent voice in your newsletter instead of one that goes from formally to chummy and back to formal. This isn't something that immediately obvious your customers, but it will make them uncomfortable. A message that is not clear, it make customers uncomfortable. Over time, you may lose a significant number of them, your customers. And second, you will be developing a writer or a pool of writers who can supply you with quality information on your topic, and who will be developing. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. Okay. Hello, hi.
Sorry, you all right? You all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? Right. One is up.
Okay.
Yeah. Two is down.
Okay.
You must hold it when it's going down,
Okay.
and then go all the way down till it stops.
Okay.
3 or 4 emergency stop.
Okay.
If you release on 2, it does stop anyway.
Okay.
And 1 is just the automatic one.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Good day. All right.
Bye. Okay. So now I need. Okay. My audio. And somebody was buzzing, so I'm gonna have to edit this when I'm finished. I'm gonna have to edit this when I am finished. So yeah, so that was that. Where was I? Sorry about that. Somebody wanted me by the door, and also, if you use these writers as well, you'll be developing your own expertise as well. And in that area without potential competitors without them being competitors to you. And third, the longer you work with the writer or content article broker, the more likely they are able to supply exactly information you are looking for. I've never worked with them, so I know people who have worked with them. I've worked with one article writer, and that was it. I find it very expensive, and I find it that if I needed to, it's better to have a coach, and I pay for what I'm paying for the coaching. And then if I need somebody to proofread, read my content and correct it, then I deal with the coach. So that's where I realized that actually I was paying double. And so I decided, I'm just gonna get a coach, and then I don't have to pay so much. So you can do that instead of relying on a hook like search engines, or throw them back to you. Push marketing is always better way to go when you have identified interested audience. You are more motivated to sell your service and product than they are to buy it. So with a great content and a great newsletter as a tool to keep your customers coming back, your site has much better chance of fulfilling its purpose. Excellent marketing tool. Higher rankings now through private label articles. How do you get higher rankings? The internet, above all, is vast repository of data, and most data is installed in the form of text. When search engines crawl on the website, a search engine, a good site, it will rate highly. The only thing that will register on them is text. If your page is slightly on text, chances are you will not rank well. And if your page has plenty of text but it's put together in the wrong way, you probably will not rank well as well. So you have to make sure that so then that's when the private label come in. In PRIS are groups of articles generally organized in broad categories, like you can purchase in bulk from an article broker like your own article. You have a choice between purchasing or subscription, in which you have a large listing of the articles are sent to you or made available to you to download, or making a single purchase of a group of articles. So the choice is yours. You can actually subscribe, maybe pay a membership or pay per month, or have a year membership. So the choice is actually yours. And these articles are basically, they are pre-optimized. They are pre-optimized for search engines with good arranged with the keywords arranged properly. So you can get an article and your keywords will be already there, and with the correct grammar, correct spelling, as a reasonable generic forecast. Best of all, they are yours to do with as you will, as you wish. You have purchased the right to use the article. You can put your name, you can put your company name, you can personalize it the way you want. You can add or delete the content, put your name, or it as author if you like, as an author if you like, after you have chosen the most appropriate keywords of your website. Your ranking, or your rank on the major search engine, you will start to rise. Basically, why not use a free article for your website? Why can't you use a free article on your website? Sorry, my daughter, she's off sick today. You'll probably basically have seen article directories, large public database where you can download as many articles for your own as to use as you like, provide you retain the resource box placed there by the author crediting him or her resources box. Also contain a link to the author's website that you cannot tamper with. So these articles are free for use, at least financially. However, they cost you in other ways like loss of privilege, loss of sales, and loss of customers. One or two of these articles, particularly if you go to the non-experts in the field who want to help you, if you fill your site up with free articles, you are sending a message you don't want to send. Especially you're telling your customers that you ain't competing enough in your supposed field of experts to write your own information. It's like I'm just recognizing this. It's like even when you are sending a newsletter, there are some websites that you can use and register to use for newsletter, and some of them they are free. And at the bottom, I remember Daisy telling me this at the bottom, the people that are receiving newsletter can actually tell that they actually message, they actually you have not paid for the subscription is free. So it send the wrong message completely to the customers. So I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend it if you're really, really desperate and if you are starting out. But you are also giving every person who browses on your website an easy way to get away from your website and to someone else. They just need to click on the link in the reference box, and then they'll go to that person's article, because that's where the chances are good it will basically, if you want your customers to stay on your website, you're gonna have to use a paid content. You're gonna have to write your own content. And in short, the resources boxes basically steals your customers in your sales, and you're not even aware of it when it happens if you put somebody else's credit on your website. So that's what happens if you are using a free content. And other things to prove your ranking, you can also use Article Director, which is a system along with private label articles to boost your research engine ranking, just as others do. Basically, articles directors, it basically take most articles submitted to them, provide them are written with some competence by people who are not violated their terms to use. So you can actually donate your private label under your name with your resources box article directors too. So if you want people to bring traffic to your website, you can do what I've just said before on top, and donate your private label article, and people can put on their website and your name on it, and then it will bring basically will bring traffic to your website. The first thing this does is set up another link to your website from the article direct, and every time someone links to your website, your rankings will go up just a little bit, because this works especially if the link includes your chosen keywords as well. So since the resources box is yours to set up, you can ensure that the keywords used are exactly what you want. The keywords are basically you have to be specific when it comes to keywords, and the system will show you anyway when you're setting up, and then you can sit back and wait. Others will come along, and if your article is good, and if its contribution is a necessary information to everyone else's website, they will download your article and to use them. Each website that use an article with your resource box helps boost your search engine placement a little bit more. And Daisy did suggest for me I do that, but it's too much hard work. Some of the things I don't have to be in it, so I said no, because it's too much hard work. I did try to submit an article, and I did submit it with the other ones. And when I was submitting it, it took me, I had already written the article, but just to submit it, it took me an hour, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So it took me a long time, because you have to set it up properly. It has to be set up and then approved as well. So SEO keywords, meta tags, meta descriptions, spiders, robots. Do you feel overwhelmed when you hear people talking about all these things? Most people do. Here is a quick glossary. And then the reason you don't have to worry about these words if you know a couple of web secret. So meta tags is a words embedded on your website page that tells the viewers and search engines automatons about the content on your website. So I try to do this on my own meta tags, but it's easy to set it up, and then you have to copy it, and then you set it up on Google search. You have to set it up from Google, and then you have to copy it, and then you have to take it to your website. So I did everything. That's when I was like, I'm not doing it. So it's easy if you get a web designer to do it for you. That will be very, very easy. If you have a web designer, they'll do it for you. And meta descriptions is the same as meta tags, but in sentence form, and with the possibility of being used on a search engine as your site description. And the keywords, what are the keywords? Keywords, you use them in your metas, and in the text on your page to describe your products or service. Or spider robot, it's a mini programs that automation sent out to automatic browse the website by search engines. They catalog your site by keywords, SEO engines. All this is somebody's web jobs, search engine optimization, but you can learn it. I've learned these things when I was going to free marketing training in London. Des will give me all the time. If there's a marketing training, he will send me the information with the speakers. And the good thing is the speakers, they explain everything. So you can take a video, you can ask permission to take a video, but for yourself, not to put it on social media. So take a video, then when you come home, you while they are teaching, because everything they are teaching you there, they sometimes, like Simon, he is normally he's teaching basically practicals. He's doing it live when he's teaching, so you can do that and ask permission, or just take a video with basically, and not wanting to put that video on social media. Just keep it for yourself and just learn to do it yourself. So I had to learn in search engine optimization. This means your site has the appropriate keywords and structure to be properly cataloged by those spiders and robots. So you can learn all these things if you really have the time. I was starting, so I was saving money as possible. I was saving money, and at the same time, it also helped me when I communicate with the designer to know what I'm talking about. Because if you have a designer and you haven't got a clue your business, what you're talking about, sometimes people can take you for granted. But if you go to this free business event, it helps you to actually, when you hire someone, you know exactly what you are talking about. Although you don't have time to do it, but you know that you are asking them to do this, and go back and check it, that is done properly. So here's why this information is basically Metrics were advised in the early days of the research engines where they weren't terribly powerful, so that your good content could be properly referenced by the engines. What they found was basically unscrupulous webmasters loaded up the metas with the keywords that were popular and would rank well, but rather really had nothing to do with the content on the page. This is called a search engine spam because it works the same way and approximately is useful. So it's very, very important. Spiders today don't pay much attention to the metas, so they look for keywords in your content. It helps you to basically, in the cut off the edge, one looks for grammatical structures as well. It won't be long before basically whether your customers can tell whether your site is actually sensible, or the spiders can tell that your site, not customers, your site is sensible, and they look for web pages as well that are frequently updated, not just statics or sites that contained this same information year in and year out. Intentionally, your customers are looking for a good content as well. One simple little trick can satisfy both of them inexpensively. Good articles contain information about your products and service, rotated regularly. So it's very, very important to make sure that you have good articles that can drive traffic to your website. So how do you drive traffic with a great content? Not everyone can write well enough to fill this requirement. Not everyone. I've learned that myself, having my own website and going to business event. It needs, when you are writing your content, you need so much attention to your content. You need to research your competitors. It's the niche that you're basically that you go for. You need to do some research. You need to check your competitors that have been running for many, many years, how their website is built, how they've written their content. For those who can't, there are several options that you can do. You can hire a professional writer or ghost writers. These articles for you. They write the articles. Ghost writers, they write articles, and they can, once you buy them, it is very expensive. I tried it once. It is very, very expensive. So that's why I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to a business event and learn how to write my own article and give more attention. So that's how I actually wrote my own content, by basically giving more attention to my content, and instead of hiring a professional writer that will charge you almost like £30 an hour. Most writers, that is the minimum charge. And some of them charge more than that. So web writers often charge much more, and you have to sit with that writer. Can you imagine having to sit with a writer and having to pay them? And so that's why for me it was okay. Des can do it. He let him do it. So that's why I preferred to hire a good business coach, and then write my own content and just send it to him to proofread and sit down and proofread my content. And you have to sit with the writers. That is too much time. Educate him or her own products or service and ensure they are ready to tackle writing about it before they start. So basically, you have to be the brain. They have to be the writer. So it takes time, and you can copy someone, or you can copy someone else's content without their permission. Can you do that? That is a bad idea. You can't do that. Not only it is illegal, but the research engines is very smart when it comes to the website. If they find identical contents or multiple sites easier than you might think, check out. So they can simply won't list either one, or they will list the one that was original. So the search engine is very, very clever. Once you put somebody else's content as your own, it will pick it up basically, and they'll even send you a message and let you know that once you put the message, will pop up and let you know that you need to fix the content. So you basically, you can copy someone else's content with permission. This is an interesting idea. You can copy someone else's content with permission. There are a number of online databases that provide written articles, optimize your keywords for free. And the hitch, you must also display the source box on your website referencing the original author of the article, providing the link back to his or their page. That makes them the experts, not you. So that means they are doing the business, because once you provide the resources of their website as a reference, people will be curious. So they will be wanting to going after that person. That means you lose the business. You can purchase keywords, optimize articles from an article broker, like your own article.com. As I said before, this is the happy medium. You have good optimized article there, created for you by professional writers, publishers on your site with your name. You can publish them on your site with your name and costing you minimal cash, because they are mass produced using article direction for your own purpose. And I think I'm going to stop here today. So yeah, you can do that. Let me do the using article directories for your own purpose. After you purchase an article to publish on your website with your name, you can also buy extra to publish on articles directory. Not everyone is going to be smart as you on how to put the content on the site. So yeah, many will instead take the easy way or download those free articles to publish the resources boxes to your own. But I don't recommend it, because if you publish a free article and then you put the writer as the writer, then you will lose the traffic. If they download your article, those resources boxes will point to your website. In essence, you can direct traffic from your competitors and from those who provide similar complementary products and service to you straight to your own website, and you can do this for free after the cost of the article. Some articles directories online are goarticles.com, azinarticles.com, ideamarketers.com, and seek.com index. You can also basically as the website that you can use. So I think I'm gonna stop here for today, and I need to go back and edit that video. So that is it for now, for today. So what I'm gonna do is we'll do the next one we'll do the part 2 and next time. And I think that's it for now. If you basically want to learn more about it, just go on those websites, and if you have the money, if you have the time, for me, what I suggest is give your business, if you're writing your own content, just give your business a time, because the language is very, very important. You'll be learning as well. If you write your own content for your website, you'll be learning as well. I suggest that you write it yourself by looking at your competitors' content and just creating your own. So if you are looking for, if you want to connect with any of our speakers, one of our speakers at Ngozi Talk Shows, you can go to Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency website, www.hseia.com, and connect and just request the speakers, or go to our page and go to Talk Show page and request the speaker that you want to connect with, and get in touch with us. And if you're looking for love, you can go to www.hseia.com and connect. God bless you, everyone. See you tomorrow, and live with grace.